Dear students, today we will discuss about one important topic in our subject, that is nothing but PN junction. PN junction. How this PN junction is formed? Let us consider a semiconductor material like silicon or germanium. So it may be silicon or germanium. And let us consider this as two regions. If one side of the region, let us consider this region, is doped with acceptor impurities, it is doped with acceptor atoms or acceptor impurities. Acceptor impurities. And the remaining region, this part, is doped with, this region is doped with donor impurities or donor atoms. Already we discussed about this acceptor and donor impurities. Okay, what is meant by donor impurity or acceptor impurity, donor atom, acceptor atom? A donor atom is nothing but what? It is ready to donate electrons. Means what? It is having excess of electrons. Here there is a scarcity of electron, so that's why it is ready to accept the electrons. So that's why these are called as what? Acceptor impurities. Basically, trivalent, these impurities are also called as trivalent impurities. Trivalent impurities like aluminum, boron, and etc. Okay. Here, what are the donor impurities? So these are called as pentavalent impurities like phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, etc. Or else, these are the fifth group elements we can say from the table. And what about this? These are the third group. Already we discussed about extrinsic semiconductors. We have two types of extrinsic semiconductors, P type and N type semiconductor. Basically here we consider what silicon and germanium are nothing but our semiconductor materials. If I consider a silicon crystal or germanium crystal like this, one side of the region is doped with the acceptor impurities and the remaining side is doped with the donor impurities. We have a region like this. If this one is doped with donor impurities or donor atoms, this region becomes what? N-type silicon semiconductor. If the material is silicon or if the material is germanium, this region is nothing but what? N-type germanium. If this region is doped with acceptor impurities, so then this region acts as what? That is P type of silicon. If the material is silicon, P type silicon. If the material is germanium, that is P type of germanium. Like this, we can form what? PN junction. Once again, I am repeating. Let us consider a silicon crystal like this, and consider one side portion or one side region. If it is doped with acceptor impurities, it becomes a P-type semiconductor, and remaining portion is doped with the donor impurities. Then this portion or region becomes what? N-type semiconductor. And here we have a plane. This plane is separating what? This P-type and N-type regions. It acts as what? This one. Basically, it is not line. It is a plane. So it acts as what? A junction between this P-type and N-type semiconductor material. So that means what? Here we have what? PN junction. So that's why it is called as a PN junction. Okay? PN junction is formed like this. That means what? We need to consider a single silicon or germanium crystal. If one side of the region is doped with the acceptor impurities and the remaining side is doped with the donor impurities, then a PN junction is formed like this. So this is about what? PN junction formation. In the PN division, we have one important concept, that is nothing but what? Formation of a depletion region under thermal equilibrium condition. Okay, already we discussed about the thermal equilibrium. Now we will discuss about how depletion region is formed in PN junction. Formation of depletion region in PN junction. We know that for p-type semiconductor material, what are the majority charge carriers? Holes are the majority charge carriers. Number of holes on p side can be represented like this. That is number of holes p on p side, that is p. And what are the majority charge carriers in n-type semiconductor? That are nothing but what? Electrons. Number of electrons on n side can be represented like this. That is n suffix n. So number of electrons in n side n-type semiconductor, that is, this is representing what? Type of the semiconductor, and p represents what? Number of holes, n represents what? Electrons. Similarly, what are the minority charge carriers? So these are about what? Majority charge carriers. Now coming to minority, what about minority charge carriers? I will write these minority charge carriers here. And what about the minority charge carriers? In case of the p side, minority charge carriers are nothing but what? P side or p-type semiconductor. Minority are nothing but what? If holes are the majority, minority are nothing but what? Electrons. Number of electrons represented by n. And these are the electrons in p-type semiconductor material. So that's why it can be represented like this Np. Similarly, what are the minority charge carriers? So this is about minority. Number of minority charge carriers in n-type. What are the majority? Majority are electrons. Obviously, holes are the minority. So then holes, number of holes represented by p. In which type material? N-type. So that's why p. Okay. Now we can easily understand about this majority and a minority here. Let us consider our PN region. One region is doped with p-type and remaining region is doped with n-type impurities. Then you will get what? Okay, of course, not impurities. One region is doped with acceptor impurities, remaining region is doped with donor impurities. Then we will get what? P-type and n-type regions like this. Then there is a possibility of junction between these regions. So then we have what? PN junction. Now we can represent majority. I will represent majority at the top and minority at the bottom. So what about the majority? Majority charge carriers on p side are nothing but holes. So that is p suffix p. And what about majority charge carriers on n side? Electrons. So electrons represented by n suffix n. So these are the majority. And what about minority? Minority charge carriers, I will represent that minority below this p. So what are the minority charge carriers? These are nothing but electrons. Electrons represented by n, and it is on p side, so that's why np. And what about the minority? Minority are nothing but what? On n side, holes. Holes represented by p. On n side, that is p suffix n. So these are the majority. And these are the minority. That means what? This majority becomes the minority on n side. P holes are majority on p side, and these holes are the minority charge carriers on n side. Similarly, these are the majority charge carriers on n side, and these are becoming what? Minority. So that means what? Suppose it is the higher concentration, it is lower concentration. It is higher concentration here, lower concentration. That means what? There exists what? Gradient of charge concentration. That means what? We have more number of holes on p side and less number of holes on n side. Similarly, more number of electrons on n side and less number of electrons on p side. Due to this, there exists what? Gradient concentration in the charge, or else there is a gradient of density of the charge concentration. Gradient means what? Change in charge concentration. Change in charge concentration. Due to this means what? Due to change in the charge concentration. Due to change in the charge concentration, there is a possibility of what? Diffusion of charge carriers from majority to minority. Diffusion of charge carriers from majority to minority. Or else high concentration to low concentration. Already we discussed what? On P side, what are the majority volts? That means what? On P side we have more number of volts. On N side they are less in number. Due to this, these majority volts can diffuse from higher concentration to lower concentration. Similarly, if you see on N side, what are the majority charge carriers? Majority charge carriers are nothing but electrons, and here they are more in number on N side, and on P side they are less in number. So that's why there is a possibility of what? Diffusion of electrons from N to P side. We can say like this: diffusion of charge carriers. That means what? Holes are diffusing from P to N, and electrons are diffusing from N to P. Electrons are diffusing from N to P. Suppose if these holes or electrons means majority charge carriers are diffusing from P to N and N to P. In that case, there is a possibility of formation of a diffusion region. Means what? Here I am representing this. This is P region and this one is N region. Holes can be represented like this. These are the holes. These are the holes. So let us represent the holes like this. Holes. These are the holes. And electrons can be represented like this, a small dot. So I am representing holes like this. This is what? Hole. Holes are nothing but these are the holes. These are the holes. And electron, this is nothing but what? Electron. Holes are having what? Positive charge carrier, and electrons are having what? Negative charge carrier. Okay, now sorry. Holes are positive charge carriers and electrons are the negative charge carriers. What I said, holes are diffusing from P to N side and electrons are diffusing from N to P side. That means what? Here these holes are majority in number when compared to the holes on N side. Of course, here also we have what? Less number of holes. Like this, less number of holes, less number of holes. Here also we have what? Less number of electrons. Because these are minority, electrons are minority on P side and holes are minority on N side. Okay, let us consider only what? This majority charge carriers. What are the majority charge carriers? Holes on N side and electrons on P side. Okay? And what about the charge of these holes? Holes are having the positive charge and electrons are having what? Negative charge. Electrons are having what? Negative charge, 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 negative. Here also negative, negative. Holes are having positive charge and electrons are having negative charge. We studied like this. If an atom losing electron, it becomes what? Positively charged ion. If an atom gaining an electron, it becomes what? Negatively charged ion. That means what? If you lose electron, then it becomes what? or else if an atom is losing an electron, it becomes what? A negatively charged ion. If an atom is accepting an electron, it becomes what? Positively charged ion. Remember this point. Okay? Gain of electron means what? Gaining one electron becomes what? It is negatively charged ion. And loss of electron means it becomes what? Positively charged ion. It is a negatively charged ion, negative ion, and this becomes what? Positive ion. What I said, because of the concentration of the, because of gradient of the concentration in the charge density, majority charge carriers can diffuse from higher concentration to lower concentration. Here we can clearly observe that these holes are majority. That's why they can diffuse from P to N side. And here on N side electrons are majority. So that's why these electrons can diffuse from N to P side. That means what? These holes are crossing this junction. This is the junction between P and N. When these holes are crossing this junction, these holes can recombine with electrons. These holes can recombine with electrons. Similarly, electrons diffuse from N to P side. Due to this diffusion, these electrons crossing the junction and losing electrons. What I said, these electrons crossing the junction means we are getting what? At the junctions, if you get these electrons on this side, that means what? This region is accepting electron, means it becomes a positively charged. That means what? Here we will get what? Positively charged ions like this. And here holes are crossing the junction and these holes are recombining with these electrons. Means what? We are losing the electrons. We are losing the, extremely sorry. Here we are gaining the electron. If you gain an electron, in that case we will get what? Negative ions. Here we will get what? Negative ions. That means this region consisting of what? Negative ions. And here these electrons crossing the junction means what? We are losing the electrons. Loss of electron means what? We will get what? Positive ions. That means here we will get what? Positive immobile, positive ions. Basically, what about these electrons and holes? These are the free charge carriers. That means what? They can freely move from one place to another place because of this diffusion. And what about these ions? These are not moving freely. That means these are what? Immobile ions. As they are not moving, they are called as immobile ions. And we can clearly see that because of this change in charge concentration, diffusion takes place. Means what? These majority electrons crossing the junction from N to P side, and similarly holes are crossing the junction from P to N side. Because of this, on either sides of the junction, we will get what? Recombination of holes with electrons and electrons with holes. Due to this, there exists what? A region which is not consisting of charge carriers like this, that is holes and electrons. These are the free charge carriers. Instead of consisting of that free charge carriers, it is consisting of what? Immobile charge carriers. Or this region is depleted of what? These free charge carriers like holes and electrons. And this region is what? This region is depleted of. This region is what? Depleted of free charge carriers. Free or mobile charge carriers. So that's why this region is called as what? Depletion region. Why it is called as depletion region? Because this region is not consisting of mobile charges like electrons and holes. Instead of consisting of that free electrons and holes, this is consisting of immobile ions. As this region is depleted of free charge carriers, this region is called as a depletion region. And this region is also called another names like this depletion region also called as what? Transition region, and another name is free space charge region. Free space charge region. That means here there are no free charge carriers, so that's why it is free of that free charge carriers. That's why it is called as what? Free space charge region. This is all about what? PN, introduction to PN junction and formation of depletion region. In next class we will discuss about operation of the PN junction in forward bias and reverse bias condition. In this class what we discussed how PN junction is formed. Very simple. PN junction can be formed what? We need to consider a single crystal like this. If one side of the portion is doped with acceptor impurities, this portion becomes a p-type semiconductor, and another region is, that means remaining portion is doped with the donor impurities. This region becomes a n-type material. Then this acts as what? A PN junction. This plane or junction separates P and N, so that's why it is called as a PN junction. After that we discussed about majority charge carriers and minority charge carriers. What are the majority charge carriers on P side? Holes. What about the majority charge carriers on N side? Electrons. Because of this charge concentration gradient, change in charge concentration, charge concentration, there is a possibility of diffusion of the charge carriers from one place to another place. Because of that, there is a formation of what? Depletion region. Why it is called as depletion region? Basically, it is not consisting of the free charge carriers like holes and electrons. It is consisting of what? Immobile charge carriers. Of course, here we can observe one thing. Here there exists what? A built-in potential or built-in electric field due to these charges. So this is called as what? Here we have inbuilt electric field. This inbuilt electric field can be helpful to discuss about operation of the PN junction in reverse bias and operation of the transistor. Okay, please remember how this depletion